We've got some new polling this morning that shows most Americans think Donald Trump's federal trial should take place well before the 2024 general election. The latest survey from Politico magazine and Ipsos, 62% of Americans say the former president should be tried before next November's contest, and a slightly smaller majority says the trial should even be held before the Republican primaries begin early next year. Joining us now, former federal prosecutor Ankush Khardori. He is a contributing writer for Politico magazine. Ankush, good morning. It's good to see you. You write here that there were a number of surprises in this new poll. What else stood out to you beyond the headline, that top line number we just read?
Well, I certainly found that number to be the most interesting, including because it has some practical relevance to the proceeding here. As I noted in the piece, the right to a speedy trial is not just a right for the defendant, it's a right that belongs to the public as well. So the public's interest in this subject, I think, ought to be relevant. The most surprising figures to me, though, were on what impact the pending charges, including the pending federal charges, have on people's preferences for Trump. And in particular, there's obviously been a pretty robust narrative on the part of Trump and his allies indicating that the indictments are helping him. They're, improving the intensity of his support, and certainly that we've seen his standing improve over time in the polls of GOP primary voters. But a lot has happened over that same period, and the numbers on specifically this question of how do these charges influence your vote seem to suggest that among GOP primary voters or Republicans that it might be a wash, that about half people say the charges don't have an effect, about a quarter say it actually improves our view of Trump or our likelihood of supporting him, and a roughly comparable number say it decreases their likelihood to support Trump. And so I thought that was a very interesting figure that maybe adds some color to a narrative that I think has been lacking a little bit of data.
Ankush, what about other voters, though? I mean, I think this is typical for Donald Trump that this sort of when he seems to be under attack, that cements Republicans more to him. But does it detach other independents? Does it detach other voters who might who might question, say, a federal conviction on felony charges?
It does, and not only do the pending charges adversely affect him among people who identify as independents, but not surprisingly, if there were a conviction, that would also even further deplete his support among that group. And I share your view. I mean, a lot of the narrative around this area, even when Trump was in office, he used to just tout his poll numbers among Republicans. But of course, what is actually interesting is how the public across the whole entire voter or American public base actually thinks about him. And I don't think, just looking at these numbers and looking at history, we learned from 2020 that he cannot win a national election with only Republicans, right? He needs some significant proportion of independents to pull over. And these numbers suggest that, at least to me, that how they influence independents, the pending charges and a potential conviction, could eventually actually turn an election against him.
And by the way, this may just be the first of many cases he's facing as he rolls through a 2024 presidential campaign. Fascinating numbers. Former federal prosecutor, contributing writer for Politico magazine, Ankush Khardori. Thank you very much for being here today.